Well, tour's almost done. We got 1 day left, and it's the end of the year party. So let's go see what's going on.
Woo.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Joel.
Hola, casa.
How's it going?
What's that mean?
Hello, Joel.
It means hello, house.
Hello.
Hola, casa.
So welcome to the house.
Hi, guys.
Well, it's a pretty lively party so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're just waiting for
All right.
Josh to go.
Nick and Glen were just streaking all over the place.
I believe it, too.
We're having a
We're waiting on the red
last
light.
was right behind
I
them.
think I better grab me some food.
If Bill was still with us, all that chicken would be gone.
All that chicken would be left side.
All Bill, everything's afraid now.
Should be called Lubbock wings.
All Bill, all the time.
This makes me laugh when I'm about to call them.
Hey, guys.
Going for the kids.
Smile.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, hi.
Sit down and eat.
Okay. Okay, Claire.
I can't remember which one.
Tell me the whole favorite memory on tour thing.
Well, I have two.
Well, just spill it out.
Well, the first one was, I need some time to compose myself, Joel.
Heather, you got one? Just a nice
I don't
little
know what my
memory.
second one was.
Perhaps a funny anecdote.
Well, I don't remember much.
I'm over here.
I know, I like doing it like this. It sort of makes it different.
There you go. It's much more dramatic. I could cut and paste some nice angles for you if you like.
My favorite mic was the ghetto, and then there was another one. Yeah.
Claire's still thinking
I
about
still
it.
think I had a really good second one, and now I can't remember what it
Lisa,
was.
you got any good stories? Anything funny you want to share?
I'm sure I do.
Nobody knows anything on this tour. Nothing.
No, I'll think of something. But you have to come back to me.
I'm gonna sit down and
Joseph?
Come back to me.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
Wait
you
a minute.
people.
But
Wait
I
a
got big
minute.
plans.
Good,
The
good.
cabaret. It's one of my favorite things.
Anything specific?
Just that everyone is so talented and so good, and we all came together and did a really nice
Oh,
job.
that's nice.
Oh, I know. I got
You realize they're never going to see this tape, so you don't have to say that.
No, I mean it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. All right.
Hi.
Hi, it's Joseph Bears.
Copy this.
State your name for the record, please.
Hi, Joseph Bears. Profile.
Very good.
That's what you have to do in every audition for LA. They go, slate your name, Joseph Bears, and then they, hi, how are you? And then they say profile, and you have to do this, and this. And then usually, if it's like a big old cattle call commercial, you're done, and then you might get a call back. But that's all you do.
Wow.
Anyone or their mother could do that.
Is that the story?
No, one of my
Oh.
favorite memories was when we were in, I think it was Poughkeepsie, correct me if I'm wrong, people.
That's correct.
Poughkeepsie, we drove to the Catskills.
Yeah.
And Heather said it was a 45-minute drive, and it turned out to be like 2 hours. But it was awesome because we went and we found this waterfall.
Yeah, the waterfall
And it
was
was just tremendous, and we had such a good time. And we went and climbed up in the waterfall, and that was really cool. Might not be my favorite moment, but after 2 beers, that's all I could think of, and it was really fun.
It's a really good time. It really was. Thanks, Joseph.
That's it. Oh, thank you, Joseph Bears.
Yes, good, good. Next.
I can give you my first one. I'm still thinking about the second one.
All right, well, okay, hurry up. I'm running out of tape.
All right, I'm sorry about that. My favorite memory of tour was in Cincinnati, Ohio. Michael Wallin, Ryan, Noland, and I got into a cab and asked to be taken to the nearest grocery store. So the guy takes us to the shadiest part of the shadiest neighborhood I've ever been to. And there were all these like ghetto soul station clothing places across the street. And we get out and Noland's
Shady,
all,
for all you white people watching, is what?
it's shady is it's like it was kind of suspicious.
Okay.
It was suspect.
All right, little attitude,
If
too.
you will.
And if you will. And so we get out and Noland's all, oh, it's okay, I go to grocery stores like this all the time because I'm from the ghetto. And so he's all just shopping like normal. Michael, Wallin, and I are holding hands, being asked for money, going up and down the aisle. I was gonna have a big dinner party and I couldn't find anything that I needed to buy. And like there would be like frozen pizza, chitlins, hog's feet, like in the case. So that was fine. Then we get outside and it took about half an hour to get a cab. And so we were sitting out there just quietly freezing to death. And all of a sudden this cab comes tearing up through the parking lot. And the guy starts grabbing all our groceries and slams the trunk. He's like, "Get in the car! Get in the car!" So we get in the car and he goes, "Oh my God!" He's like, "We're just gonna pray that we're gonna live to get out of this neighborhood." He's like, "What moron dropped you off here?"
Wow.
And so I was like laughing so hard I cried for like 3 days about how funny that was. Because the cab driver was just like, "You're lucky to be alive. I don't know why he dropped you off here." So
What city was that?
I was in Cincinnati. And she called it the Ghetto Kroger story.
Ghetto Kroger. It's on the pillowcase, I think.
Yeah.
Did you have a first one? Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Cabaret.
And when we were in Savannah, Doreen did her one night of drinking out. And
Oh,
she got
yeah.
so drunk,
There it is, Sandie.
and by the end of the night, she was bawling. And she was, I said, "Doreen, what's the matter?" She's like, "I don't know." I said, are you going home?" She's like, "Yeah, I think I'm going home."
I send you to devil.
That's kind of funny. Everyone got totally trashed. Wet Willies.
Wet
Savannah,
Willies.
Georgia.
I didn't go, but I heard good stories.
It was very funny. Yeah, another story. This is personal. I was in New York, where I'm from, and everyone came to see me, and Chuck came back and he said, he brought me flowers, and he said, "Oh, these are from a fan." So all show I'm thinking, wow, who are they from? Because I was like dating a boy, and I was like, oh, maybe they're from him, and I met someone else, I'm like, maybe they're from him. It's from my mom.
Oh, well, that was nice of her.
Yeah.
Mark Knobloch story. Come on.
Come on, you gotta have a good story.
Stories. Not off the top of my head.
Something.
I'm sure I've got stories, but I don't want to share them. Let me think of a real good one, and I'll get back.
Hey.
Judy, tell the story about when Bill was screaming in Big Bird and you just let him sit in the bird for like a good 5 minutes.
Well, I think he said, hello, is anybody gonna get me out of this bed? And I think I was like standing beside him going, yeah, in a minute. Oh, you're gonna still get lippy? Oh, no, I'm kind of busy right now. And then,
He was lippy.
yeah, then he went up in the air and that was my Bill story.
And then he left.
And then he left.
Bye bye, Bill.
Whole tape dedicated to Bill. Stories about Bill.
That's not right. I don't like that.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey Joel. Ready to go? Just push the button.
You got any good stories from this tour, dude?
No.
No. There are no good stories.
No.
Okay, tell us who we're looking at, please.
What about the time you did
We'll start with
Wait,
Chuck.
Greg. Chuck for Greg. Okay.
Chuck.
Chuck.
That's a cool picture.
Greg.
Hi, Dora.
Hi.
You got any good stories from tour?
No, I don't have any yet.
Nobody
I
has
won't
any
have
good
any till
stories.
tomorrow.
When all the pressure's off, all the stress is done.
My favorite story is tomorrow.
It's a good story.
Home. Oh, I have to take a picture in a second.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sure. Oops, sorry. Hey, you got any good stories?
I heard you were looking for a Mark Knobloch story.
Talk to me.
The other thing I remember when going out to the bar when I really frequently.
Huh.
That's like gonna kill each other, are you?
That's nice. All right, talk to me.
Anyway. Oh, excuse me, we're doing a photo right now. Okay.
We'll come back to you. All right, go ahead.
Sorry about the interruptions. I remember going out to a bar once in one of the cities, and every time Glen was interested in somebody, all of a sudden Mark got interested in the same person, whether they were looking at him or not. So we called him like King Cock Blocker, because every time there was a direct line between Glen and we'll call it trade, Mark's dick would like boing, he would stick up, and he'd block Glen with his dick, so that's called a cock blocker. He was notorious for that. And it wasn't pretty at times, but it was amusing, and now we can laugh about it.
And my mom's gonna love that story.
Oh. It's
That's
the
good.
same
I
as
gotta go, they need me.
penis.
What? Oh, I'm coming, hold on.
It goes like up. Oh, there you go.
There's the crew.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cute.
Yay! Can I take one?
And I'm gonna tell my friends. That's Big Bird, Cookie Monster, Elmo.
Just like Mark. Chuck, move just a little bit over because your head's. Okay, one,
How you got?
2, 3. You want me to take one with this one too? Please.
Oh, look at how cute. We're gonna miss her.
I can't zoom in on your head. Yeah. All right, talk to me.
Nice effects there. Nice effect. Good. Oh, you didn't do it.
It is going, darn it. Just tell the story. Look, I know when I'm recording.
I'm Ryan. Okay.
There you go.
My story is about Chuck when he puts his mic, adjusts his mic on. He always takes his tongue and like just curls it up and touches the top of his nose. And I think
gotta
that's
act
like
it
it's
out.
really serious. Like, I can't do it though because I have this thing.
He
But
does that for the whole load-in.
You're funny looking.
I can't do it.
You just
That's
funny.
what he does when he puts that mic on.
Why are you wearing a
That's my
seatbelt?
story. Right.
Tell him, Chuck.
He's afraid he'll crash. Ah!
He's going fast.
You got any good stories, Christopher?
None that I should probably repeat.
All right, then I'll pass you up.
You're right there. But I've had a lot of fun.
That's good.
Oh wait, did we hear about Mark Knobloch falling as a bird?
No, we haven't.
Okay, it was my second show in wherever the hell we were, Roanoke, Virginia, and he was in the bird. He's understudy, so he went in, and he was running. That's where we all could
Actually, I tripped over my
down.
tail.
And he was like, I'm getting up, it's okay, I'm getting up. But I thought it was my fault because it was only my second show, and I thought maybe somehow I was in the wrong spot, and that's why I fell.
Hey, you were with us when Sandie and I bowled our highest scores. That was that was the first week, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, Lima.
Like the same. What was it, Lima?
I don't know, was that when you bowled your highest?
I don't know when I bowled it. It was really good though.
That was my first day.
Lovely.
No,
Noland, you got
actually
any good
happened
stories?
is Mark tripped over Barkley's tail.
Ah.
It was not my fault. I was sitting where I was supposed to be sitting.
You got no control over that
Boom,
thing.
bam, it happened.
Boom, bam, there it goes.
Not my fault.
Nolan, you really shouldn't tell people.
I heard Jodi.
Ty, you got any funny stories, or you just gonna do that?
Yeah, I guess
That's good enough, really.
my funny story is
Oh,
from
you
Twitter.
don't
I guess
have
it'd
to
be
get
the look
Nolan.
on Joseph's
Take a
face
picture
sometimes
of
when
us.
playing.
Oh yeah, the glare.
Yeah, and just the rage that I could develop.
In the square.
I'll try out the square. You know, a little variety.
I had my drinks.
That bitch is done. I just want to fucking kill her sometimes. And the fact that I can get away with this talking right here, you know, just going die, you know.
She doesn't even know.
Doesn't even know. So
That's the best.
I see this is censored for your mom. So.
Yeah, it has been so far.
Yeah, excuse me. Bye.
See you, thanks. What? Huh? All right, there you go. Hey, click. There, I took a picture. I didn't really.
Remember Alon? He would always
What?
All right, what's your funny story?
My funniest story?
You said do you have a story?
Nolan falling in the can during production.
And her standing there not opening.
That was pretty good.
Nolan?
That's not an evil laugh at all.
We were in production and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and Nolan tries to stand up in the can, and you know Nolan, oh, this can is too small for me. He stands up and all of a sudden he just tips over and his feet are kicking and I'm standing there laughing at him. I didn't even help him up. And he's going, can somebody get me out of here? And I just walked off and I left him there.
Laughing all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Annemarie, you got a funny story? As soon as I turn this camera on myself, I'm going to tell the Scorpion Bowl story.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
You can tell that one. I'll try to think of another one.
Okay.
Okay, well, what about unnecessary close-up? What about today? You had an experience that you said made your tour.
Oh.
But that's not
That's
really
pretty cool. I didn't know that.
No, but it made your tour.
It did.
Holding the
See,
baby
I thought
bear
it was
is
something
my
that happened during.
Oh yeah, where was that? We had a live baby bear there.
Waco, Texas.
Waco. Running around backstage. This little baby bear was the
Yeah,
coolest.
that fact, isn't it amazing?
All right, who haven't I hit yet?
This conversation here is enough to smile about.
Hey, drinker. You got any good stories or anything?
Yeah.
Any memories you want to share?
I was going to an audition.
All right, you know what? I'm going to hit the stop
and I got
button.
bit by a bee. No, and I cried for the first time. Okay. Yeah. Last week, we were in an arena, so we were on an elevated stage. And there's a ramp that I can only go down the ramps because my feet are so big. You know what that means.
I think I do.
Too. And I was sitting at this like fan table, and it was time for me to go back, you know, for my next scene. And so I got up from the fan table, and I thought the fan table was farther away from the stage, but it wasn't. And I turned right around and I ran right into the ramp, hence the topographical map on my shin. I have the Andes mountain range in my shin, and I fell front in that big costume, and then I rolled
You
down
rolled?
the ramp.
I didn't know you rolled.
So my beak went right on my back, and then Judy comes screaming, "Oh my God, are you all right? Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "How are we gonna get you up?" And I was like, you're the one that's dealt with the costume before, but I didn't say that. So I kind of bopped myself up, and I said I had to undo my diaper.
That was the funniest part. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she was
I unbuttoned my diaper and then lifted myself up. And then I got to the top of the staircase, and Joseph could probably tell you this better than I will, but I get to the top and she asked if I was all right again. And I said, I'm fine. How do I look? Because a lot of times when I get away from the fan, she has to like flatten down my feathers because they get ruffled and I look pregnant. More so than I already do.
Okay.
And all Joseph saw was me up there going, how do I look? After she asked, are you all right? So it was very funny, and that's my story.
That's a very good story.
Now back to the one when I was 11.
Oh. Hi, Greg.
Oh, no.
Greg, now tell us some good stories, Greg.
Greg, and I'm an alcoholic.
Greg has been to every strip bar in every city we've been to.
The stories I could tell you, but you probably don't want to hear, man.
And I think we've heard them all, and it's
Booze
just
is
the
all
best.
behind it, though, man.
Oh, man.
It's his first, though, right now. Tonight.
His first beer?
Yeah, and his first cigarette.
I'll come back to you later then.
I remember what my funny story was.
Oh, I think Claire needs your attention.
All right, Claire's got another story.
This is a very early story in tour that not a lot of people know about. Do you want me to tell it, Heather? Yeah. Okay. So,
excitement from the crowd.
Hi.
This story involves Heather and I, and it was very early in production. And it was the first night that I got to go out with everybody, and we went to a bar, and we kind of came back. We were just wandering around the hotel, and the hotel was it was split level, and parts of it had tables on a landing, but it was all indoors, and there were a lot of weddings there. So we were wandering around trying to see what was going on, and see, like, we had invited everybody, and we were talking, and all of a sudden we come upon, we couldn't see their heads, but we knew it was Joseph and Annemarie, and Annemarie had her hands around Joseph's waist, and we just, like, dropped to the floor and started laughing, and we hid under a table and we watched them. We were spying, but like that's gonna be my favorite memory of tour. We sat there and laughed under a banquet table, under a tablecloth, holding each other, trying not to laugh while they were right below us. And it was just really.
That is funny.
I haven't looked at the camera the whole time because I'm looking at Annemarie and telling her. But Heather and I were
ready to know, Mo.
I believe that was the first week of tour. La 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 la, espionage. So we were a little drunk, and we just laughed and laughed about it. And we stayed under that table for a good while.
That's good times.
It was a good time.
Good friends, good times.
Great oldies.
Oh, great
That's radios.
Was he here?
Good times.
Yeah, Greg, you should.
Jodi, you got any good stories, Jodi? No?
I got to go and nobody knows.
Adagio, that's what I have.
I know that one. Joe, I got, all right.
All right, here comes.
I don't think any of you guys know this.
Here comes Greg.
I probably do.
Drug story from New York City. None of you guys know it. You know I hung out at the Village Idiot, and you know how I drink. I feed the pet snapper turtles one night. Just having a good time doing shots with the waitresses. Having a good time doing shots. I got really loud. They told me to leave. I didn't want to leave yet. They said, you have to leave. I'm like, no, you're drunk. You have to go home. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go home. So they pushed me out the door, and I start flying off, yelling back, hey, but, next thing I know, zoom, there comes the cops coming up. True story, everybody, New York City. Next thing I know, there goes the handcuffs on.
Whoa.
Chuck's the one who probably knows this, but handcuffs come on. I'm in the patrol car, down to 54th Precinct.
54, yeah.
Drunk and disorderly. You are spending the night in jail tonight. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is 2 days before Vince comes into town. We had the next day off, thank God. So I wake up in this jail cell next to this other dude on this little wooden bench. We're both laying there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Get a fried egg sandwich and a hamburger that morning. They shack like 6 of us to this, seriously, 6 of us to this chain, drag us across the street to the courthouse to see the judge. Boom, guilty. You must pay a $45 fine, do a day of community service. I'm thinking, community service? We're here on this tour, I'm trying to explain to them. Hung over his shit that day, starving. They sent me down to the basement of the courthouse, do 6 hours of stamping fucking letters in. Seriously, this day before Vince got in New York City. That was my worst experience.
Oh, man. Wow.
I want to say something about that, man. I don't know if I tell him I'll get fired here for this, but hey, it's the last day. What the fuck?
No, you're
Got a lot of interesting stories. What about New Orleans?
Wow.
That was great.
That was an interesting one too.
Yours is good, but that was my worst.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. That was sad.
Oh man. Okay, here's my story.
Funny.
What's my story? Ryan is always.
Her story's too long.
My
Forget it, you don't
story
have enough
of my
tape.
life is too long to explain on this camera. Right, Judy? The story of my life is too long to explain on this camera.
That sun will
So
be
I just
down
have
by
one
the
thing
time
to
she
say,
finishes.
adagio. Or agita.
Hey Joel. You don't have enough tape for her story.
Wait. I love your guts, Skippy Daddy.
They don't make tape like
That sums it up pretty good right there.
Frank.
What was that? He was trying to feed the birds.
You got that too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a flock of birds going down there pretty quick.
I love your guts, Skippy Daddy.
One of my favorite stories was when Jodi came to work and she got burned by a curling iron.
I did!
And everybody believed her.
And I did! Jim, oh my god! Well, I did.
My head's exploded. I'm like, it's like what you do in class.
But then let's ask about the story. So then Annemarie and Joseph really wanted to try out their burn on
You better hurry, my tape's like 1 second away from done.
Yeah, I love that.
That's pretty funny.
Here's
dude.
my story.
Wait, don't start telling it. My tape's
Let's
almost
go to
done.
the bathroom.
Oh, all right. That's a very brief story.
Oh, Fresno.
Fresno.
No, it was way before Fresno. That's gonna be a good one.
That's a good moment. Yes, who's talking to me?
Who's talking? Look who's talking now.
Anyway.
Hi.
The end. Enjoyed the journey, Bubba.
So Joel, do you have a favorite story yet?
Yeah, Joseph, come here. I'm going to tell my story. You have to help. Come on.
11 minutes, babe.
Okay, thanks. All right. It's the Scorpion Bowl story. We're in Wichita Falls. And
So far, you're out of the money.
Yeah.
So we're like talking about how how those Chinese places have those Chinese places have those big dumb drinks with like 1,000 straws and it's like as big as your head, right? So we're like, Annemarie's trying to explain what it is. She's like, it's I'm not sure what it's called, and so she goes, it's a Scorpion Bowl, right? So she goes to the guy. She says, can we have a Scorpion Bowl? And the guy doesn't speak a word of English, doesn't even know what she's talking about. And she goes, yeah, Scorpion Bowl.
See what really
And she does
happened
this.
See what really happened was I said Scorpion Bowl.
No, she
I didn't.
Scorpion Bowl.
Scorpion Bowl. And I said, this is a visual when I got back up a little bit.
All right, careful.
I said, all right, well, that works, but the next time you order it, you got to go like this. No, it's Scorpion Bowl.
That would be the tail, Annemarie, if you didn't know that. Well, that was a great story, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you for
That's my tour
sharing.
story.
Your parents would be proud.
What city it was, but it was way back at the beginning of the tour. And getting up early, I had to meet up for a pub. And I opened up my curtains about 6:30 or 7, and there was Ryan coming home.
Doing the walk of shame.
Same day that Ryan first told me my hip hurt. That's my story.
We have Felicia by his side.
I think that was Wichita
And it's
Falls,
been a chronic
Texas.
problem.
That turned out tonight.
6:30, 6:45 in the morning.
Love it.
You loved opening those drapes, seeing that.
Gets rough sometimes.
Oh my god.
I was saying, I mean on your back, up and over.
Judy has numerous jokes about being bent over every time I have to get the bird on or off me or the octopus on or off me.
Judy's out, and I won't even buy you dinner.
Judy, where's my thingy dingy? I'll show you where your thingy dingy.
Don't make me grab your thingy dingy.
I'm looking to buckle the thing. I'm like, where is that? Where's the thingy dingy? She's like, Greg's like, bah ha ha.
I enjoyed the testicle tech.
I just love us.
And we're almost over.
It's okay. It's okay.
That seems about right.
Texas, no, that's right.
I said testicle tech.
I'm like, yeah, testing tech. Right next to scrotum U and presentation of vulva. That's right. That was the whole thing we had. We had the best conversations backstage. Honestly, every time I go on stage, I'm in hysterics because of what we just talked about. Because we both say such nonsensical things that it just gets.
I was like, testicle tech? No! Texas Tech. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah. Hey Ryan, what's in your hand there? And how old are you? What?
2 years older than
No, I mean.
I am bit up. So bit up.
By the way, Joel, I
love the day that Bert Siegel fell from the sky.
I wish I saw that.
And then that guy, that old local guy, John, or whatever, was like just coming out with a broom.
In New York City?
Yeah, and he left him away.
Here we go. How good I am. Happy hopper. Let's make it just my knees warm.
You have to do your toes.
I will.
The first one.